We received a phone call that Alex had been hurt at like 3 in the morning. And when the phone rings at 3 in the morning, it's usually not a good thing.
I sleptwalked off of a balcony down in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico.
He sleptwalked when he was little. I didn't know he was still sleepwalking, and then after talking with his high school friends, they'd say, oh yeah, Alex would get up and when we'd have parties and stuff at the, you know, in the middle of the night and just wander.
I was on a fraternity leadership academy experience down in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Sleptwalked right off a balcony. Traumatic brain injury, 10% chance of living.
When the doctor told us that he only had 10% chance of living when we first went to Mexico, it was very devastating. They always have to ask if there were any drugs or alcohol involved, and they tested him for that, and there was nothing in his system.
After I got hurt, I was in a coma for 3 months, 4 months, and then going through rehabilitation. I mean, with like just trying to walk and trying to talk and trying to remember things. I didn't know that when I got my injury, I didn't know that my brain controlled pretty much every part of my body.
I met Alex in 2008, about 6 months after his injury.
Well, first off, they helped me eat again. Like, cause you have to have a speech pathologist come and see if you can do a swallow test, which makes you be able to eat actual food again.
When I first met him, he wasn't able to communicate, wasn't able to really show his true personality at all. He had lots of physical impairments as well, which our therapists worked on as well. But you know, just a completely different person, night and day.
I wanted to come back to ISU because, first of all, they have the best speech pathology program in the state. My 2 speech therapists were from here.
I feel honored that Alex decided to go to ISU and further his education by becoming a speech-language pathologist. It shows that he really had a positive experience working with our speech team and wanting to help others in the same way that he was helped.
And they went here and they just said they loved this school and they loved the speech pathology program so much here, and I was like, well, that sounds like a cool job. And plus, after I learned how much they made, I was like, that sounds like a good plan for me.
His sense of humor, I'm so glad that that's still the same way it's always been. That's what makes him Alex. Alex, before the accident, was a straight A student, Dean's List, very social, had a 4.0.
I didn't study hardly any before this accident. I was just pretty much, if I went to class, I knew it right then afterwards.
Alex didn't have to study before he had his traumatic brain injury. He's very intelligent. So coming in to see me, someone who did have to study a lot, for him it was a challenge to understand how to go about studying.
It's a hard thing for a mom, and knowing that there are people here that are that caring and really concerned, I felt their concern. And it made me feel more at ease about him coming back to school.
The disability people here at ISU are just amazing. They actually made me feel like I wasn't a disability, but I was actually a person. And the fact that they made it so that I am going to live on campus in the residence hall of Watterson.
ISU's been very good about getting people to help him and getting you know, stuff, coordination, and people to check on him. That's the main thing we got to worry about. But it's time to move on. He's come a long way. It's been 6 years since the accident. He flat out told us, even a year or 2 ago, I can't sit around this house all my life. I got to do it, Dad. So he's ready to go.
Once the doctors told my mom and dad that I had a 10% chance of living, they were like, "You don't know Alex." It feels good. I hope everybody takes that from my story. It's the fact that there's no obstacle that can be not overcome. You got to keep on pushing, keep on keeping on. Is what my motto is.
State your passion.
State your passion.
State your passion at Illinois State University.